It's racing day, so loud out here I can't hear a thing. Man, the fans are going wild. These drivers came to rock, and no place else but Fox knows how to do it NASCAR style. Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys! Hey now, here we go, race day. Don't you be going slow. Keep that pedal down on the floor. Push it to the top, can't take no more. Big hair, sends the flag and down the hair to the last lap around. Work all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways.
Welcome to South Florida and Homestead Miami Speedway, where we are getting ready to race in the ADCS once again here after a longer than a year hiatus for the Adidas Cup Series. Today we have 40 drivers taking on this very, very wet road course here in Homestead, Florida. It's the first time these cars will ever race here on the road course at Homestead Miami Speedway, a place that has so much history in the sport. It's been a great weekend so far, seen a lot of speed out of a lot of different guys. Let's take a look at your ones to watch for today's race. Starting first is Chase Briscoe. He put it on the pole, but he's 39th in points currently. He's looking for a great day today to rebound from that. Chase Elliott starting second. He's looking for his first win of the season, following a not-so-great finish in the Daytona 500. Ross Chastain starts fifth. He had a strong showing until he wrecked out of the Daytona 500 last race. Martin Truex Jr. is your points leader after winning the Great American Race in Season 3. He starts sixth. And A.J. Allmendinger, the road course winner in the Adidas Cup Series, making his first start this season after Daniel Hemrick took the wheel of the 16 in the Daytona 500. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Starting on pole is Chase Briscoe, putting in a lap of 1:43.672, and alongside him, Chase Elliott. In row 2, it's Christopher Bell and Austin Cindric. Row 3, it's Ross Chastain and Daytona 500 winner Martin Truex Jr. A.J. Allmendinger and Daniel Suarez line up in row 4. And in row 5, it's Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin. Row 6, it's Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson. And in row 7, it's the 18 of Kyle Busch and the 22 of Joey Logano. Row 8, it's William Byron in the 24 and Kevin Harvick in the 4. Row 9, it's the SHR teammates of Cole Custer and Eric Almirola. Row 10, it's Alex Bowman and Harrison Burton for the Wood Brothers. And in row 11, it's Justin Haley and Ricky Stenhouse. Row 12, it's Eric Jones and rookie Todd Gilliland. Haley Deegan in row 13 lines up alongside Ryan Preece in 15. Row 14, it's Kurt Busch for 2311 and Brad Keselowski. 15, it's Corey LaJoie and Michael McDowell. In row 16, it's the Dillon brothers of Ty and Austin. And in row 17, it's Chris Buescher and the other 2311 driver Bubba Wallace. Row 18, it's BJ McLeod and Loris Hesseman. Row 19, it's Fast Massa, Anthony Alfredo, and Garrett Smith. Row 20, it's Josh Bilicki, and rounding out the field is Cody Ware. Let's take a look at your keys to the race now. It's 10 laps. The track is very wet. And the goal of this race is to keep the car in peace for a lot of these teams. And the green flag is out, and we are racing again in the ADCS. And in the turn 1, Ross Chastain makes a huge dive, and Chase Elliott's already forced off the racetrack. Briscoe gets off as well as Ross Chastain from the third row is going to take the lead as Allmendinger's challenging the 14 for second. Ross Chastain's going to go too deep into the hairpin, and the 16 of Allmendinger is going to have the lead off of the road course section and into the oval on lap 1. A.J. Allmendinger still leads the pack here as they come out of oval 3 and 4. And he will lead lap 1 of the return of the ADCS. You can see the spray coming off of the back of these cars now as Allmendinger leads them on to lap 2. Top 3, A.J. Allmendinger. Chasing him is Ross Chastain and the 20 of Christopher Bell. No one's had any big problems yet, but the 2 front row starters in this race have already been shuffled out of the top 3 after that chaos in turn 1 as we're starting lap 3 here. AJ Allmendinger leads them back into the roval section. But Ross Chastain is closing fast on that number 16 high-rise Chevrolet. As Allmendinger gets on the curb and a little bit out of shape. Here comes Chastain up the inside. Chastain looking for a move. He gets sideways into Allmendinger, and Allmendinger's up and over the wall. And the caution comes out for the first time here in Homestead. A big crash down in the hairpin. As let's take a look at the replay of that. Allmendinger got on the curb loose, and that's what allowed Chastain to set up for this move. Offline, that's a lot of standing water there. And just got into it, hydroplaned into the 16 of Allmendinger. You see right there, hits that patch and just loses it under braking. And Allmendinger up on top of the tire barriers, over the tire barrier and the wall there. That's a huge, huge wreck for that number 16 hyperized Chevrolet. And they definitely had high expectations, but those will have to wait till his next start as we are ready to go back green. Bell and Cindric lead them to the green. And too hard through one as they all pile in. Elliott spun around. Reddick as well. Blaney and a collection of cars into the turn one barrier there as a lot of cars missed the first corner. Briscoe looks like he was the first one to miss as you see Denny Hamlin beached on the curb. In turn two there, as the red flag is out, cars onto pit road. And I have a feeling that it might have been a little bit too wet down there for those rain tires. See Hamlin still stuck up on the curb. He'll probably be able to get it off there with a little bit of help. And he'll be able to continue this race when it does continue. But a humongous accident in turn one. Huge pile up, a lot of good cars. Virtually half of the front of the pack was in that. Let's take a look at the replay now of this huge wreck. See Bell gets in deep. I think he spun it out on his own. I think Briscoe did tag him, but he was already kind of sideways before Briscoe hit him. Let's see here. A better view of it. Briscoe goes too deep. Yeah, I think he might have hit Christopher Bell there. And everyone behind them just goes straight. You see Larson drive underneath the 99 there. And a big chain reaction behind them as Reddick, Elliott, and Blaney go around as well. Yeah, Reddick turns the 9, and the 12 turns the 8. And you see the 11 go around there off the bumper of, I think that was the 24 of William Byron, who I think will have the lead of this race. As you see a lot of good cars there. Both front row sitters in that wreck. Oh no, Hamlin just lost it on his own there, off the curbing. So a tough break for the number 11 car. That is it for that replay. It'll be Byron and Kyle Busch who are the top two in this one, and Logano rounds out your top three. Look at this, though. There's not many cars left in this race. You see Chase Elliott sitting on pit road, minimal damage to that car. But it might be a bit of time before we go back green in this one. And we're back here in Homestead Miami Speedway after a day-long rain delay as the rain washed out the second half of that race after that huge restart wreck that collected so many cars, so many good cars. But we are ready to go back racing here at St. Louis for racing. So it's 4 laps to go. It's completely dry here on a Monday. And here we go. William Byron leads us to the green. Logano already jumping down to the inside. He's going to take the lead 3 wide. You see Custer getting out of shape there. Kyle Busch up the inside 3 wide. He makes contact with the 24, and the 22 gets pushed out wide. Kyle Busch leads the pack. Here comes Kevin Harvick in third, but Logano is going to easily look like he's going to buy that number 4 car of Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch, the leader from William Byron and Joey Logano. Kyle Busch leads them into the road course section as Logano moves Byron. These two have a lot of history in the ADCS, starting last season at Kansas, when Logano made a move to defend his race lead that cost them both the race, and then at Martinsville, Logano squeezed Byron into the wall again. So we'll see how that pans out, but Logano is running down Kyle Busch here, coming to 2 laps to go. Kyle Busch takes the 2 laps to go as he comes back into the infield section and he locks it up. Logano's now to his inside, and Logano takes the lead as Kyle Busch made contact with him. As Busch back down the inside, he locks it up again. Here comes Byron 3 wide, trying to take the lead away, and he will do so, just clearing Logano into the hairpin. As Logano had a little bit of a lockup there, but he's right on the back bumper of the 24, coming out of the infield section now. Here comes Logano up the inside of William Byron. Coming to 1 lap to go. White flags in the air here from Homestead. Byron with the crossover in turn 1. He takes the lead back. Logano's got the inside line though, and he will take that back, but Byron is not done yet. Trying to come back on the outside here, coming in the hairpin. Logano makes contact with the 24. The 24 is in the wall. Logano's around. Justin Haley looking for the lead. Logano blocks him. Haley's to the inside. Justin Haley takes the lead away from Joey Logano. Here they come out of 4. Logano's still there. Logano and Haley to the line. It's Logano who gets the win here in Homestead. What a finish to that race that was. William Byron sitting there. The car that was side by side with Logano when he locked up. Let's take a look at that replay from the final lap. Logano got in a little bit too deep, and Byron crossed him over down in that turn 1, 2, and 3 complex. And then Logano did the same thing again. Byron crossed him over again, and Logano just one last send down here, and it just didn't quite work. He went around Byron hard on the outside wall. Look at Haley. Logano, I don't even know how he blocked that run by Haley, but he somehow did and was able to side draft him, coming to the line, and was able to steal one away from Justin Haley right there. Now let's take a look at your points standings here for the ADCS Season 3. Remember, we are going full points system. No playoffs here, as we're going to only have a 4-race season at the end of this. So it's Joey Logano, Cole Custer, and Kevin Harvick in the podium places right now. Joey Logano with that win boosts him up into that number 1 position. Justin Haley with a great day too. He's in 7th. Martin Truex Jr. the Daytona 500 winner with that DNF. He falls back to 11th place in points, minus 28 from Logano. Kyle Busch with a pretty good day too, bouncing back from his Daytona 500 crash. Just 34 back over 15th place. As we see, Michael McDowell and Todd Gilliland 16th and 17th. That would have been a battle for the playoffs if we had it, but that does not exist. Daniel Hemrick still 21st in points despite not making a start here today. This color going to they are splitting here. Kyle Larson, a big win there, down 22nd. As you see his teammate William Byron further down the 30th position. After last lap crash today. And now the bottom 4th of the point standings: Corey LaJoy, Haley Green, Chris Buescher, and here come the big hitters that have not performed this season. Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez, the Trackhouse cars, Austin Cindric, Christopher Bell, and Chase Briscoe are in the bottom 4th of the points standings. They're going to need big turnarounds for these next few races to have a shot. That is it here today from Homestead. We hope you enjoyed the return of the ADCS. We will see you next time when we race the Oval here in Homestead.